strike line work. Congratulations, you just passed your grading. So this is your tutorial for your line work that we need you to learn next at home, so that when it comes to start learning your patterns, you'll find it a lot easier. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. So first of all, put your left leg back. So put your left leg back for me, and you know how to make a walking stance now if you're a yellow stripe. So show me a big stance, 1.5 shoulder widths long, and I want to show me a reverse punch. Okay, so your first line work is a snap kick, 3 punches. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but we're going to build it up. Okay, so I want you to snap kick first, and then land in front. Okay, land in front and show me 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now when you kick, it's really important that you leave this hand up. Don't drop it, because then the chances are you're going to put the wrong hand up next time. So put your hand up for me and keep it up, and then snap kick coming forwards, land in front, and show me 3 punches. 1, 2, 3. And one more time, so you're going to snap kick coming forwards, land, don't drop your hand, because then you know what hand to start with, and 1, 2, 3. Now at yellow stripe level, we're not ready yet to kick going backwards, so we can't do this line work moving backwards. So moving backwards, just take the kick out of it. So you're going to step backwards and punch, 1, 2, 3. Stepping backwards and punch, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so last time we'll do that again. So coming forward, snap kick, land in front, 3 punches. Don't forget to land in front, so don't kick and put it back like you've been used to as a white belt. So kick and land in front, and don't drop your hand. Ready? So snap kick, land in front, 1, 2, 3. And again, snap kick, land in front, 1, 2, 3. And again, snap kick, land in front, 1, 2, 3. And moving backwards, don't drop your hand, no kick, just 3 punches, backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once you've got the hang of that, coming forwards this time, I want you to try and kick and change hands and punch all in one. So watch me first, I'll explain. So I want you to chamber and snap kick and then change hands. Okay, that's punch number 1, and you're only halfway. When you land, go punch again, and then you've got 1 more punch left to do. Okay, so you're going to snap kick and change hands at the same time. It's easy if you chamber the kick. So you chamber the kick by lifting your knee up, then snap kick, change hands in chamber, land with a punch at the same time, and then punch again. Ready? So chamber, kick, chamber, change hands, punch when you land, and then punch again. Did you get it? So moving backwards this time, same again, we're going to make it slightly harder. You're going to change hands halfway through the first step. So you're going to change hands as you bring your foot to this one, and then punch when you land, and then punch again. Okay? So you're going to step backwards, punch as you move, punch as you land, and then punch again. So you're going to step backwards, change hands, punch as you land, and then punch again. So step backwards and change hands at halfway. When you finish the stance, punch, and then punch again. Okay? So coming forwards, we're going to chamber and kick, chamber, change hands, punch when you land, and punch again. So watch it. So chamber and kick, change hands, double punch when you land. So snap kick, chamber and kick, chamber, change hands, and double punch when you land. Snap kick, chamber, change hands, and punch when you land. Okay? So moving backwards, same again. Change hands, double punch. Change hands as you move, double punch as soon as you land. So change hands as you move, double punch when you land. Change hands as you move, double punch as you land. Change hands as you move, double punch as you land. Okay, so last time, we're going to do that again, except for this time, on the 3rd punch, you're going to lift your heel, because it's fast motion, okay? So watching this time, you're going to snap kick, chamber and kick and chamber, change hands, punch as soon as you land, and then lift your heel, and punch. Don't bend it, just lift and drop, okay? So snap kick, chamber, change hands, punch, lift your heel, and punch. Coming forward, snap kick, chamber, change hands, punch, lift your heel, and punch. Okay? So moving backwards is the same. Change hands as you move, punch as you land, lift your heel and punch because it's fast. So changing hands as you move and punch, lift your heel and punch. Changing hands as you move and punch, lift your heel and punch. Changing hands as you move, punch as you land, lift your heel and punch. Okay, so that's your first two pieces of line work, going forwards and backwards. Your third piece of line work for yellow stripe is a low block rising block, okay? So you already know how to do a low block, so if you put your right leg back for me, and show me, looking at your watch, back to back, show me a low block down to your knee. And then what I want you to do is put your hand back up again, and from on top, again, same as the low block, from on top, show me a rising block above your head. And when you put your hand above your head, make sure it's at an angle like this, so if someone hits it, it slides off. If it's like that, I can still hit you on the head. If it's like that, and your fist is above your head, you're probably going to hit yourself. And if it's like that, you're going to block it, but they're going to hit over the top and still hit you. So make sure your forearm is above your head, and it's at an angle, okay? And make sure your fingers are facing me. If your fingers are facing down, your hand is easy to push down. If your hand is facing out, it's really tough, okay? So moving forwards, pull the same hand back. So as you walk forwards, pull the same hand back. From on top, show me a low block. And make sure you finish it by getting your hand on your belt. And then put your hand back up again, and from on top, show me a rising block, okay? Now what some people do when they start, the mistakes that they make, is they show me a low block, and they leave their hand there. And then they go back up and show me a rising block, so they haven't actually finished the first move yet. So make sure you finish the first move by getting your hand on your belt, then return to the start position, and from on top, rising block. The second mistake people make when they're first learning is they show me a low block, and then they show me a rising block with the other hand. So if you're doing either of those things, that's fine. That just means that you need to just practice a little bit more, okay? So from on top, show me a low block, start again, from on top, rising block. Move forwards and pull your hand back, from on top, low block, start again, from on top, rising block, okay? And this same line work you can do backwards. So moving backwards, pull your hand back, from on top, low block, from on top again, rising block. Moving backwards, pull your hand back, from on top, low block, from on top, rising block. Moving backwards, show me the start position, from on top, low block, start again, from on top, rising block. Okay, so when you've got the hang of that, that's the basic level. When you've got the hang of that, we need to add something called a sine wave to it. Okay, so this time you're going to walk forwards, look at your watch just the same, and show me a low block. And then what I want you to do is bend your knee. Okay, I want you to bend your knee so your heel comes off the floor at the back. Okay, so you be in this position, and then you lean forwards and rock back with the rising block. Did you get that? So the action is to bend your knee so your heel comes off the floor, straighten your knee out, and then rock back. So bend your knee so your heel comes off the floor, straighten and rock back. Bend your knee, lean forwards and straighten, and drive your heel back. Bend your knee, lean forwards, rock back. Bend your knee, lean forwards, rock back. Have we got it? So going back to here, ready? And show me a low block. Now bend your knee and get ready, because it's a rising block, by the way. It comes more from your waist than your ear. Straighten and then rock back. So moving forwards, pull your hand back, from on top, low block, bend your knee, get ready from your waist, straighten and rock back. Okay, one more time. Coming forwards, pull your hand back, from on top, low block, bend your knee so your heel comes off the floor, and start from your waist, straighten and rock back. Okay, and we'll do that one more time moving backwards. So moving backwards, pull the same hand back, from on top, low block, bend your knee and get ready, straighten and rock back. Ready? Moving backwards, from on top, low block, bend your knee, from on top, straighten and rock back. Moving backwards from on top, low block, bend your knee, straighten, getting ready from your waist, and rising block. Okay? So that's low block, rising block, beginner level and more advanced level. But just remember yellow stripes, and don't expect you to be doing the sine wave, but if you start to show an understanding of it, that's great. But at yellow belt level, you'll repeat that line work, and we've got to see the sine wave in it then. Okay, so it's okay to keep it at just the low block, rising block if you like. Okay, we'll add the continuous motion. If any higher grades are watching this, we'll add the continuous motion to the low block, rising block in the yellow belt tutorial. Okay? Right, so your next piece of line work is to learn an L stance. Okay, so an L stance is the same length as a walking stance, except for it's measured from the heel to the toe. Okay, rather than toe to toe. So it's heel to toe. So it's still quite a long stance, okay, but it's very narrow. So a walking stance is shoulder width apart, whereas an L stance, if I use this line to demonstrate, if I put my foot on this side of the line, my back foot should be just on the other side of the line. Okay, so there's no gap between my feet. Now, the way to test it is if you pull your front foot back, if it just misses, that's perfect. If you're stood like this and you pull your front foot back and it hits that foot, then it's too narrow and you need to make it wider. Okay? And if it's too wide and you pull back and it misses by a mile, then you know it's too wide. So when you're learning for the first time, it's good just to turn your back foot that way and kick the back of your heel with your foot. So if you kick the back of your heel with your foot and then just pull it away, maybe 1 inch, 2 inches. So just pull it away a little bit. Don't put your foot behind this foot, make sure you kick it in the middle. Okay, pull it away 1 inch or 2, and then I want you to slide it forward, so it's still quite a long stance. Okay? I want you to bend both knees, because in an L stance, 70% of your body weight is on your back leg. So if you don't understand that, that basically means just look at your back leg, bend your knee, and then when your knee covers your toes, you're pretty much there. Okay? So you bend both knees, bend your back knee to the corner, and so you can't see your toes. Okay? And then from there, I want you to do the same block, just the middle block, so that you know how to do the block, so you can concentrate on the stance. So from underneath, show me a middle block. I want to slide forwards just the same as you would with the walking stance. Slide forwards and turn your back foot that way now. Check it. When you pull it back, does it just miss? Make sure it's 1.5 shoulder widths long. Bend your back knee to the corner, so your knees over your toes. And from underneath, show me a middle block. So sliding forwards, turn your back foot that way, front foot this way. Check it, slide it back, and does it miss? Put it back again, bend both knees, make sure your knees over your toes, and from underneath, show me a middle block. Okay? Now, when you learn an L stance for the first time, some beginners find it very difficult to move backwards. So they end up going like this. Okay, instead of just stepping backwards normally. So if you're doing that, don't worry. Again, it's just practice. Okay? So from here, just step backwards the same as you would with a walking stance. Just slide your foot backwards. So sliding backwards, shape it so it's L-shaped or L-shaped. So your back foot's that way, front foot this way. Bend your knee, so your knees over your toes, and show me a middle block from underneath. Okay? Moving backwards, just the same. Slide backwards. Look at your feet, is it L-shaped or L-shaped? Back foot that way, front foot this way. Bend your knees and bend your back knee to the corner with your weight over your toes. And from underneath, show me a middle block. So one more time, moving backwards. Check your stance, turn your back foot that way, front foot this way. Are you in an L shape? If you pull it back, does it miss? 1.5 shoulder widths long. Bend your knees, make sure your knee is over your toes at the back, and show me a middle block from underneath. Okay? So we're going to do that 3 more times forwards and backwards, a little bit faster. So sliding forwards from underneath, middle block. Check your stance, weight over your back leg. Forwards from underneath, middle block. Knee over your toes, check it's long enough. Moving forwards, go from underneath, middle block. Make sure your knees over your toes at the back and it's L-shaped. So last time, moving backwards, from underneath, middle block. Check it's not too wide or too thin, ready, and your weight's over your back leg. Backwards, 2. Check it, backwards, set. Good. Okay, so that was your fourth piece of line work. I got that wrong.
Something like that.
Ready? So coming forwards this time, show the last piece of line work is an L stance with a knife hand strike. Okay? So start with your right leg back again and show me the same stance. If you've got lines on the floor, use them. Put one foot near the line and the other foot on the other side. Look at your watch and just like a low block, start from on top back to back. Open your hand up and show me a strike. When you're a bit more advanced, you can start with a closed hand and open up whilst you perform the technique. But right now, just put it back to back and strike. So, sliding forwards, L stance. Look at your watch. Back to back, knife hand strike to the front. Coming forwards, slide, shake your feet, bend your knee over your toes, 70% on your body weight on your back leg. Look at your watch again, back to back, knife hand strike. Okay, I'm moving backwards, slide backwards, check your stance, look at your watch, back to back, knife hand strike. Backwards, go. Check your stance, look at your watch, back to back, knife hand strike. Now when you step backwards, try not to drop your hands. When you step backwards, just pull your hands straight back. So you go backwards, pull your hand back, check your stance, back to back, knife hand strike. Okay, last time, 3 forwards, 3 backwards. Go, pull your hand back, on top, and strike to the front. Go. Go. Ready, and last time moving backwards, from on top, from on top, from on top, and back.